Hello guys, how are you guys doing? Welcome to yet another episode of me watching Game of Thrones for the first time. We're in Season 2 and this is Episode 2. The start of Season 2 left us with yet another crazy Game of Thrones episode ending, where Joffrey, the monster that Cersei has created, started hunting down basically all possible Baratheon heirs from King Robert's bastard children basically. But he's missing the most important one, who I assume we're going to get a lot more of in the upcoming episodes, and hopefully in this episode I want to see him and Arya so much, see what they're going to be up to. Let's keep this intro today short and sweet, since I've already done a pretty big recap in the first episode of Season 2. If you're interested in my thoughts, you can check that one if you haven't, but if you haven't watched Episode 1, why are you in the Episode 2 reaction? Go watch Episode 1 and come back for this. As always, if you're enjoying the reactions, make sure you give a like and subscribe for more content. But I'm very eager to get back into it. Let's see what's going on, guys. Let's see what's happening in episode 2. That was the Pike? Pike? Did that say Pike? That's a new location, isn't it? I don't remember it in the first episode of this season. Pike? Did I see it right? Oh yes. Yes, this is how I wanted this episode to start. Give me some Arya or Ari. And I'm forgetting the bastard son's name at the moment. It's escaping me.
That boy could make a friend.
I have friends.
Don't get too close to the cage.
A man does not choose his companions.
How are you going to skin anybody from inside a cage, sir? Okay, don't play with fire here, Ari. Don't play with fire here, Ari. There's no need to get into any sort of trouble.
The boy has more courage than sense.
Come here!
You're searching for...
They're looking for me.
or him.
You're a long way from home.
I'm sorry, but Ari is obviously a girl. Like, I'm not going to keep mentioning it, but like...
That puts them beyond the reach of kings. We'll just keep that.
Look at this dude!
Steel is always needed on the wall.
Look at this
You
dude!
have a choice. You can die here at this crossroads a long way from home.
Anyone turning him over will earn the king's reward. We'll be back.
Good thing that you said who you're looking for, so that he knows and he protects himself. What has Tyrion been up to as the king's hand so far?
And I tell him the story of how we meet.
To find so lovely a creature working in your father's kitchens, it almost beggars belief.
I hate the way Varys talks most of the time.
Taste her fish pie.
I don't like it at all.
Varys likes fish pie.
Unfortunate that your father didn't want her to come. But rest easy, my lord.
Of course you would know that.
I am very good at keeping secrets for my good friends.
Your
Are you?
discretion is legendary.
I mean, in a way yes, but also in a way no, so...
Go on and on when all you want.
I don't like threats.
Who threatened you?
I'm not Ned Stark. I understand the way this game is played.
Right!
Man of honor.
And I am not threatening.
This is exactly what you did to Ned Stark. He caused it up on him, right?
You might be disappointed in the results. Come, my lord.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Queen waiting.
That's basically what Varys is doing.
An independent kingdom of the north.
Oh, let's... She loves ripping papers.
And his father, I'll give him that.
You've perfected the art of tearing up papers.
Thank you, Tyrion.
Give him his
Thank you for agreeing. Thank you for... We're in the same wavelength.
Night's Watch is the only thing that separates us from what lies beyond the wall.
I have every confidence that the brave men of the Night's Watch will protect us all.
We fart when we die.
We do?
My blessed mother was holding her hand when she left this world. She farted so hard the old bed shook.
Jesus. Game of Thrones sometimes like drops us in some of the weirdest conversations known to mankind, and we're accepted to just go with it.
Nothing like the sight of a woman walking away.
You can barely see like the woman. That's very interesting. He was the son of a lord, right? If I remember correctly, Sam. I'd imagine like some women would be lining up just for the potential of gaining any type of power and wealth.
No.
At least some would, right?
What's the way?
Sam. Yes. What did that guy say? Remember what that man said?
Sorry,
You better step away. Some more feet. This is not the time to pick up your first woman, Sam. This is the wrong place.
She's one of Craster's daughters.
This is such a bad decision.
She's pregnant.
Of course she is.
We have to take him with us when we leave.
What?
Protect.
This is possibly the worst decision that Sam could have made in this particular scenario.
I'm going to have a baby. If it's a boy,
Yeah, he'll kill it. We can put two and two together.
To risk our lives for you. I can't steal her. She's a person, not a goat.
You can steal a person, technically, if they're owned by somebody, as these girls seem to be.
Who's gonna deliver a baby? You.
I'm going to stick by this. This is possibly the worst possible time for Sam
I've read about
to be going after women at this particular point. Is there a worse possible feeling than like being thirsted to like the extremes? I don't know if there is. That was one of the horses that that those guys. What? That's the other Dothrakis now. Right.
far less when I am done with them.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Can we still burn him? Right? Such a great queen, bro. Such a great Khaleesi. I can't wait for them to finally like come up. They've been nothing but struggling for majority of this show. Like even with the dragons, they're struggling. We were supposed to have gone past the struggling with the dragons. So are we going to see the Iron Islands? Please don't show us anything hard other than that in this scene.
You'll be king before long. Not after you leave.
You guys have informed me about the term sex position, that it originated from Game of Thrones, from scenes like this, which is such a great term for what is going on. It's one after the other. Oh wait, I thought this was the Littlefinger brothel. I could be wrong though. No, it is. Right? Yeah. Is he a peeping Tom too? I mean, it's your place, sir. You don't have to be a creep in your own brothel.
Now you charge twice as much as every other brothel, and this is what I get, crying.
One moment, my friend.
Who is? Oh, is she the woman who lost your child?
She works for you. She's the one.
Oh,
The
right. Right.
Killed her baby.
Yeah. That's what I thought was the one who was crying. I was not expecting her.
I can't sleep.
Oh, damn. I mean, makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
A lovely thing I once acquired from a leasing pleasure house. Quite sad. Girls from the leasing pleasure houses are expensive. Extremely expensive. And this one wasn't making me any money. A very wealthy patron, he offered me a tremendous amount of money to let him transform this lovely, sad girl.
Into what?
It never occurred to most men.
I have a feeling I'm going to
To most men.
walk out of this scene disliking this dude
I'd say he
more.
succeeded in making her happy. But my losses were definitely mitigated. That makes me happy.
That scene kind of showed us Baelish basically only thinks of this woman as investments.
I'm sure you're getting used to fine dinner.
She really would rather than be like emotionless
This brothel the other night.
robots in many ways,
Nasty business.
so that the business
Yes, of
won't
course. The City Watch must
go
keep the
bad.
peace. Only you've heard the awful rumors about my brother and sister.
I don't listen to filth.
No, that's
Everybody
but
knows.
you have heard them. Did you give the order?
I did.
Did
And I
you?
would again. Tried to buy my loyalty.
A fool. He had no idea you were already bought.
Are you drunk? Not have my honor questioned by an imp?
I'm not questioning your honor, Lord Janus. I'm denying its existence.
Stand here and take this from you, dwarf.
Tyrion?
And you're a fool
Yes.
to believe she's
Yes. Yes.
Hear what Joffrey has
Run this place,
No,
Tyrion.
shan't.
Run this place, Tyrion. We will not allow anybody to backstab Tyrion Lannister.
There, I hope you enjoy the wall. I found it surprisingly beautiful.
Yes. Get rid of the filth. Get rid of all of them.
Streets aren't safe at night.
Yes, Tyrion. Fucking yes, Tyrion. This is what you came here to do. This is what we need you doing. Every scene. Just take over the whole thing.
An infant girl, say, still at her mother's breast.
Important question to know what kind of person you are. He hopes you answer no.
Question? No.
There you go.
I'd ask how much.
Okay. If you didn't like that answer. Because that means that you're able to be bought. Despite being the person who buys everybody, he does not consider that a great quality. He still believes in like morality and things. But also him saying that in a way told Tyrion that he could be bought out against him in a potential scenario. Are these two boys going to be like our friends?
No, it isn't.
They kind of do this in Game of Thrones. Jon Snow became friends with the ones that attacked him when he first went at the Night's Watch. So this is kind of a similar situation right here. I did not expect these two kids to be like our companions in all this.
You don't have to be a knight to have armor. Any idiot can buy armor. How'd you know?
Arya liked
I
that.
sold armor.
He did. The armor doesn't make the knights.
No idea.
You're a liar.
Yeah, you shouldn't insult people that are bigger than you.
No one get to insult anyone.
I don't care what any of them want. No small be such a huge pain in my ass.
Because she's a smart kid. She asks questions. Smart kids ask questions because they want to learn.
Lord, stop.
See? Asking me questions is bad luck.
Damn, Ciri was not ready to hear about her
Probably
father.
dead soon. One, or is it just because you're a girl?
I'm not a girl.
Yes, you are.
Thank
You're
you!
as stupid as the rest of them.
Thank you!
Night's Watch is a
Thank
secret.
you!
Everyone knows that.
Thank you!
Still a girl.
It's so obvious!
Cock out and take a piss.
I don't know, that made me so happy. That made me so happy that a character acknowledged this. You guys don't realize how happy this made me. It was so obvious though.
No one can know.
They won't.
But now that they've acknowledged how obvious it is nobody else going to pick up on it?
It's Arya of House Stark.
No need to tell him whose house.
Yoren is taking me home to Winterfell.
You're giving him too much information now.
Father, but all that about cocks, I should never have said. I should be in front of you and everything. I should be calling you Milady.
Do not call me Milady.
As Milady commands.
Don't call her lady. Have you not picked up on what's going on? She'd much rather calling her a boy than a lady. This is the pike.
Me? I need to get to Pike.
So this is not Pike.
I'm heading that way. I can take you there.
Hello, new character.
I bet you can.
You been at sea long? Or were there just no women where you came from?
Do you know who I am?
You think I offer free rides to every man in jewelry? Lord Greyjoy.
He's so happy that she called him that. He needs this validation so much, it seems. Like, he wants people to start calling him Lord and all that stuff. Although again, I do not trust any single character that appears on screen, so I don't know who this lady is.
I'm a better rider than you. Father.
This dude is perpetually horny, bro. He might be the horniest character on the show, maybe even ahead of Tyrion, which is very, very hard.
Ned Stark's pleasure to make you his daughter.
If my clothes offend you, I will change them.
It will.
So what I quickly understand is that they don't like the Starks still. Nothing has changed.
Did you pull it from the neck? Not have my son dressed as a whore? Have you forgotten your own blood?
I forget nothing. I remember my brothers.
And this year all grudges between families and even like ethnicities is like the same thing. It's tough to let go of the past sometimes, especially when it's been
I see.
like this.
Destroy Rob's
Myself.
Oh, you will.
I'm your son. You're only.
He has such a demeaning tone of voice, this guy.
Yara?
So good to see you, brother. This is a homecoming I'll tell my grandchildren about.
Stop! Game of Thrones, stop doing this to me.
She can't lead an attack.
And why not?
You're a woman.
Why did she...
You're the one in skirts.
This isn't Winterfell, boy.
Did they...
Your sister took over command of your eldest brother's
Did
ship
they?
after your
Did they though?
killed him. What's
Is this
dead?
before they did anything or after?
The only nights she spent off this islands have been spent on
Why
the
is she
sea.
smiling at him like that?
She's commanded men. She's killed men. She knows who she is.
I did think that they looked like they could be related at the first
A man
scene.
gives me a crown. I pay the iron price.
Against the Lannisters on your own.
Who said anything about the Lannisters?
They're going at the Starks.
Must vouch for the honor of kings.
And mind your words, pirates.
Mathos. You think I'm insulted?
Manthos.
I am a pirate.
Manthos is literally a Greek
Excellent
name.
pirate.
Did they just take a Greek name and use it in Game of Thrones?
Most pirates don't grow old. Only the clever ones.
You want to spend your last few years on the sea.
So, pirates.
Cheesemongers and Milanese silk merchants.
I mean, obviously we'll have pirates in this show.
That's easy.
That's the least weird thing
What I'm offering you is
that has
hard.
appeared.
Salador's son is a good name for songs.
It is.
One thing. I want the queen.
Queen.
Cersei. I want her.
You,
I'll sail with
trust
your
me.
fleet, all 30 of my ships.
You don't really.
And if we don't drown at the bottom of Blackwater Bay, I will
You really
fuck
don't,
this
brother.
broad
You
queen.
don't want her.
Fuck her well.
This war isn't about you.
Oh, it's Mathos,
We're
not
not attacking
Manthos.
King's
Okay.
Landing so that you can rape the queen.
I'm not going to rape her.
Not the Greek
I'm
name.
going to fuck her.
Just tell her you're a
Stannis is the
Lannister.
rightful king and the Lord of Light.
I know it's going to be very hard to convince
All over
her.
the world, my boy. And everywhere I go, people tell me about the true God.
If you get a blood
They all
wig.
think they found the right one. The one true God is what's between a woman's legs.
That's a great, like, attire he has on. Oh, and he suddenly dropped like half the size when he walked a bit further down the sand.
Do you hear me?
The people.
He doesn't care about the people.
You might find it difficult to rule over millions who want you dead.
But although you did have this speech
When winter comes, the other
with
half
Joffrey about how important keeping people's, like,
thugs just gave them their rallying cry.
loyalty to you, right? So,
Daughters, babies.
yeah, right? Not a good
You
title.
don't even have the decency to deny it.
I mean, Tyrion, you should know your sister by now.
I don't care what you think.
You've never taken it seriously. You haven't. Jamie hasn't.
Okay, again, I don't know whenever Cersei shows emotions in these one-on-one conversations, how legitimate they are. We've established, I can't speak today. We've established she's a psychopath, so like, I don't believe her emotions in scenes.
You're funny.
Ever. Look at this. What type of emotions are these?
You've always been funny when you ripped my mother open on your way out of her and she bled to death.
She was my mother too.
Mother gone
Wait. Are you blaming a child for being born?
for the sake of you.
Seriously, are you blaming a child for being
In the
born?
world than that.
It's not funny, Cersei. Unhinged behavior. But again, like, this woman is nuts, so... Okay, who is this Melisandre lady? What's her deal?
Do you trust him?
Can you trust a pirate?
30 years. I've never trusted him.
Right?
And once he gets the smell of gold, he'd never stay.
If Pirates of the Caribbean taught us anything, is we can't trust pirates. So, Melisandre is clearly manipulating Stannis into doing whatever he's doing. She's literally, like, behind everything that goes on. What is this? What is he doing?
Cool.
Are you not going to question that? Are you not going to question what just happened? That wasn't weird to you guys,
I told
right?
him death by fire is the purest death.
Why?
Because it is true. And I
Does he speak things into people's minds and they act upon
My
it?
little brother has 100 in a real war.
She literally,
Side
like,
with the Greyjoy
seems like a
wins. 9 times out of
witch
10.
100%, like...
Then we must be the 10th. You must give all of yourself.
I have a wife.
Of course, Game of Thrones, of course.
I took a vow.
Would you miss the opportunity for oh, almost destroyed my mic here. Would you miss the opportunity for a death scene? Sex scene?
Shut away in a...
This is the ear whisperer. Did you even take it out? You still had your pants on. Did I miss something? When did he... Never mind. You know what? You know what? Let's not. There's a son. Very convenient. So that we found out what he does with his sons. So was there another daughter who was pregnant? Please don't show me like something horrible with another child baby. Literally baby, not even child. Game of Thrones. Oh, what is this sound? I don't like this sound at all. I do not like the sound at all. I do not like this sound at all. What did he do? What type of creature though? Why are they not... Thanks for the jump scare, first of all. Did they say snarls? Like, they said of a creature like a snarl? Gnarl? Something like that. Was that one of those things? That giant looking dude? Whatever it was. So he gives his boys up to those things. And then they do what with the boys? Do they eat them? Or is he providing like whatever that creature was with like an actual army of boys when they grow up? Without even knowing. So a lot of things kind of happened in this episode, and at the same time a lot of things like didn't happen. We caught up on a lot of the characters. More importantly, Arya and King Robert's bastard son, the legitimate son. My favorite scene was him acknowledging that, like, this is obviously a girl that you have right here. Like, are you people blind? But at least the character acknowledged it. I hope it's going to be like an open joke, a running joke in the series. Because I'm going to be laughing hysterically. But yeah, I think they're going to be a really, really fun pair, these two. And we also have befriended the bullies from the last episode of season 1. As I said, very similar scenario to what happened with Jon Snow and his bullies, at the start bullies in quotes, because Jon Snow was the one bullying them, and Arya kind of the same way. They kind of gained them over, like they forced them to respect them, and in a way they kind of warmed up to them and then became like friends. So that's kind of what happened with Arya and those kids that we saw in the last episode. I don't know how relevant they'll be. Maybe we'll just see them like this once and never again, I don't know. But we caught up with Arya. We did not get much of them at the previous episode. Her and King Robert's bastard, who eventually... Gendry? Is it Gendry? Gendry? I think I caught it. Gendry? Am I saying it right? Hopefully I'll be able to remember it. We do not see Joffrey at all this episode, and I'm very happy. Tyrion is doing what he needs to be doing. In a way, he's cleaning up, and he's not going to be a fool. Not saying that Ned Stark was a fool, but Tyrion thinks like a Lannister. He knows what goes on. He's not going to be caught up in your dirty little games, Mr. Varys, Miss Khaleesi. Khaleesi? Did I just throw Khaleesi in this? Horrible on my part. Miss Cersei, I meant. Khaleesi would never. Speaking of Khaleesi, again, we've barely seen her in these episodes of season 2, and I'm very upset about that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. She's been like in one scene each episode, and we've barely seen the dragons as well. We've just seen them struggling, as I said during the reaction. Like, can we please fast forward to where they actually like winning things and winning battles and like prospering? We need to see them prosper. We need to see Daenerys prosper and her people, because this has been just very, very sad to see. Like, they just keep losing people. They lost the guy who I keep forgetting his name as well, but the one who had a relationship with the girl who was crying. Listen, I like both of those characters. We didn't quite form that big of a relationship with them for me to be like very much impacted by his death. Like, we've seen way worse. So like, that was, you know, a touching scene, right? Her crying really got to me, but that's as far as I got emotionally invested in those two, at least so far. And so far, maybe we'll get more invested in her because he's gone. We got more of Dragonstone, which I know is Dragonstone now, and Stannis. We got introduced to pirates. This is very, very good because I really like pirates. And they gained their words, as much as a pirate's word actually matters, that they will help them with a water siege, which is what they said they need in order to invade King's Landing. They need a water siege. We also got to see the Greystones. They're the Greystones, right? Am I saying them right? Greyjoys. It's Greyjoys, right? Why am I saying Greystones? Where did they get Greystone from? From Dragonstone. Yeah, they're the Greyjoy. We finally got to see the Greyjoy family. Again, they just blindsided me with some random incest out of nowhere. They blindsided Theon as well, which is the worst part. But since we got past that, his father clearly still harbors resentment towards the Starks. From what I got, they plan on attacking the Starks now. I hope he doesn't they don't force him to stay there. And then we have him battling against Starks. We also got a very interesting scene with Baelish at his brothel when he was talking to the lead whore, for lack of name, guys. I just gave her that title. Well, that conversation just made me dislike his character even more than I did for betraying Ned, because he kind of shows that he himself seems to be lacking of empathy in a lot of ways. He's so invested in just things going as he plans. He's not here for any divergement from that. Even if his workers are clearly miserable, he only cares for them to be able to please his clients. the only reason he wanted her to get over his sadness is that she would be able to do her job better. That's not going to make me like his character anymore. So there's that. So he's Snake from now on to me until he does otherwise. What else? We did not see much of Robb Stark or any of Robb Stark and what's going on over there. We did not see Jaime Lannister, we did not see Tywin Lannister. I guess, again, much like with the previous season, there's just too many things going on for them to be able to show us everything. Jon Snow and the crew, who is at that shelter for, I assume, the nights. Sam picked the worst possible time to try and get his first girl. Literally, you had all the time and everyone in the world. You were a son of a lord. As I said, I'd assume some girl was trying to throw herself at you. Like, I don't understand. I am getting this right? Sam was the son of a lord. He was not favored by his father, clearly, or his family, but like still, he had the name, right? So like, out of every possible time for you to go after a girl, you picked this one, the worst possible. And I'm glad Jon told him that. But I do believe that they're going to try and make Sam and that girl kind of like a thing. Or they'll just kill her in the next episode. Both scenarios are entirely possible with Game of Thrones. And then we finished at the scene where Jon found out that the dude is leaving his boys out for, I assume, a gnarl, something like that. A creature. That one of the creatures that they've been warned about, that they apparently don't really believe in. And what they do with those boys that they take, I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much what we saw in this episode. Might as well just take a little bit of time to address this. I will say, I said it in the comments of the previous video, and I think I'm going to address it again here. Since this is my first time reacting to the show, guys, I am going to take some guesses. I'm going to speculate. I'm going to think that certain characters who might be like, right now they might be considered dead. I might think when there's the possibility of magic and there's like dragons and like it's a fantasy world, I might still think that even though they tell us and show us that they're dead, right, I might still think that there's a possibility for them to come back. I understand that you guys who have seen the show and have finished the show know which character is and isn't coming back, so to you it might seem like, why does he keep saying that like Khal Drogo is going to return when the lady said that like he is never going to return? But like, when you have not watched the show, you don't know what someone said, how accurate that is, and what further information that we might have found out later on in the show might impact that or change that, especially when you're dealing with fantasy. I'm not saying that the person who commented on Khal's death had any intentions of spoiling anything, just wasn't thinking of that at all. But this is kind of like the second time this has happened, because I also, like, at episode 9 of the previous season, I was saying we did not see Ned get killed. Maybe he's, you know, I was hopeful, I had hope. I'm a hopeful person, guys. Like, I was like, maybe Ned might survive this, and then somebody in the comments was like, without telling me, kind of telling me, that does, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, does take away some of my reactions, right? Because if I did not know, if I was hoping that Ned had survived in episode 10 and they started off with his chopped head, my reaction would probably been even like bigger and crazier than it was in the reaction. So that's kind of a similar thing with Khal. I believe that it's better to just let me, like, if I believe something that is totally false, right? Even if it does not get explained ever in the show, trust me, eventually I'll catch on and be like, oh, they've moved on from that completely. I don't see that character coming back, right? But just let me live in my delusion, guys. If you guys, I know it's hard, like, when you've seen a show, you know things, like, you want to talk about it. Like, this is the whole point, for you guys to interact with me, and I do want you guys to comment on the show and the characters and the episodes and my speculations as well. Just asking you to try and be as much, like, considerate as possible regarding the things that you write, and don't just, like, blatantly tell me, oh, this is just wrong and he's gone, this character, or like you're wrong about this is what happens, right? Because obviously that specifically was a clear spoiler. I'm not saying that you guys have done that, but just be, you know, thoughtful on what you say regarding what I speculate, because I'm going to speculate. This is the reaction, this is what I'm supposed to do, and just let me live in the delusion. Trust me, I'll eventually like figure things out when I'm wrong, at least I hope. This is what I wanted to say, guys. I don't know if this will be at the start of the video or at the end of the video. I'll see where I put it. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support you've shown the channel. I'm glad that you guys seem to be enjoying my reactions and what I'm doing here, because I'm definitely enjoying doing them, and I'm definitely enjoying Game of Thrones a lot. So once again, thank you guys for all your support, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, guys.